Hi, I'm Joshua Freedman, news editor at Rapaport, and welcome to the Rapaport Market Comment, thanks to our sponsor Rapnet. Efforts to keep Russian diamonds out of Group of 7 or G7 nations continue, but there appears to be no straightforward solution. As De Beers CEO Al Cook said in an open letter to G7 leaders last week, why we should do this is easy, but how we should do it is hard. There are now 4 plans on the table for how to sideline Russian goods. This follows the G7's declaration earlier this year that it would work to restrict trade in these stones and stop funding Vladimir Putin's war in Ukraine. The question is how to carry this out without harming the trade. More paperwork and audits mean more expenses and thinner margins. This usually impacts the smaller businesses more than the bigger ones. One of the proposals is the G7 Diamond Protocol, which the World Diamond Council is overseeing. This calls for importers to declare on invoices that stones do not originate from mining companies operating in Russia. The company making the claims will undergo audits. The second is referred to as the Belgian Plan because it was proposed by the Belgian government and supported by the Antwerp World Diamond Centre. It would involve diamond traders using technology to confirm the source of goods and shipping all goods via Antwerp, which would act as a focal point for diamonds with known provenance. Both of the plans have received criticism. Martin Rapaport, chairman of the Rapaport Group, has argued that the WDC proposal would harm artisanal miners by creating a costly administrative burden. Earlier this month, the African Diamond Producers Association appeared to attack the plans, claiming there was a lack of consultation with the industry in Africa, and said the African governments it represented struggled to understand how, quote, a coalition of Western entities could establish guidelines without input from the African stakeholders that produce 60% of the world's rough. The proposed changes will disrupt the supply chain and increase costs for mining nations, it argued. Botswana President Mokgweetsi Masisi made what seems maybe to be a veiled criticism of the proposals at the Facets 2023 Diamond Conference in Gaborone this week. As we contemplate the industry's future, he said, we must centre our discussions on the diamond-producing nations that bear the weight of this responsibility. De Beers said it supported the WDC option, but called for collaboration across the industry. Meanwhile, 2 other proposals have reportedly been tabled, one from India and one from a French jewelry organisation. They all seek to implement the G7's pledges. As De Beers Al Cook said, any framework to identify Russian diamonds must be able to trace all diamonds. Making this happen is proving tricky. If you like this video, please subscribe to get every new one we make on a weekly basis, discussing trends and analysis in the diamond industry. This video is brought to you by Rapnet, the world's largest and most trusted diamond trading network. If you buy and sell diamonds, Rapnet is the right solution for you. Find out more at rapnet.com. Wishing everyone a happy and peaceful week ahead.